The unsolvable problem. Why are the world's hardest problems still so hard? We want to cure diseases by designing the perfect molecule. We want to create brand new materials that could revolutionize energy and stop climate change. We have massive supercomputers. We have powerful artificial intelligence. So what's the holdup? The truth is, even our best computers think in a straight line. They check one possibility, then the next, then the next. For our biggest challenges, that's like trying to find one specific atom in the entire ocean, one by one. They'd be searching for millions of years. But what if we didn't have to? What if a new kind of machine could check all the possibilities at the exact same time? And what if you fused that incredible power with the learning brain of an AI? That is the promise of quantum AI. It's not science fiction anymore. It's the next tech revolution, and it's the key to solving the unsolvable.
How does it all actually work?
Come on, let's find out. The main explainer video starts right now.
All right, let's talk about something huge. You've probably heard the terms quantum computing and artificial intelligence thrown around a lot lately, right? Well, what happens when you smash them together? You get quantum AI, this incredibly powerful fusion. And believe me, this isn't science fiction anymore. We're talking about a field that is emerging right now and has the potential to, well, change pretty much everything.
So what if we could actually solve the unsolvable? I mean, think about the really big stuff, the grand challenges for humanity, like designing the perfect medicine, molecule by molecule, or creating brand new materials that we can't even imagine yet. These problems are just so ridiculously complex that even our best supercomputers kind of just throw up their hands. But what if there was a whole new kind of tool for the job? And this machine, this might just be the key. Now, this is a quantum computer. And the crucial thing to get is that it doesn't just work faster. That's a common misconception. No, it works completely differently. It plays by a whole new set of rules, the rules of quantum mechanics. And that fundamental difference, that's what could unlock the solutions to those massive problems we were just talking about.
Okay, so let's really get into it. To see why we even need a new computing frontier, let's look at a real-world problem, like trying to discover a new drug.
Get this, the traditional way we find new drugs, it takes, on average, over 10 years, and it can cost more than $2 billion for one drug. Why? Because it's basically a massive, super expensive game of trial and error. You're sifting through millions of possibilities just hoping to find the one that works. This is exactly the kind of massive bottleneck where a totally new kind of computing could just break it wide open. So what is it that makes these machines so special? What's the secret sauce? Well, it all boils down to the basic building block of information they use. And to get it, let's start with what we're all familiar with. Okay, so the classical bit. This is the heart of every single computer, phone, you name it, that you've ever touched. Think of it like a simple light switch. It's either on or it's off, a 1 or a 0. That's it. Super simple, super reliable. It's the foundation of, our entire digital world. But now meet the qubit, the quantum bit. And this is where things get a little weird, but stick with me. Instead of a light switch, a qubit is more like a dimmer switch. It can be all the way off, that's a 0, or all the way on, that's a 1. But, and this is the crazy part, it can also be somewhere in between. This state is called superposition. It's being a 0 and a 1 at the exact same time. And this is the first huge key to all that quantum power. So what does that actually get you? Well, it gets you exponential power. And here's how to think about it. Let's say you have a few classical bits. They can only represent one possibility at a time. Simple enough. But with qubits, thanks to that superposition trick, they can explore a space that represents all the possible values at the same time, simultaneously. It's like they're checking every single path in a maze all at once, instead of one by one. This ability to explore this huge landscape of potential solutions all at once, that is the quantum advantage. That's the whole ballgame.
Okay, so we've got this incredible new computing power on one side. And on the other, we've got the biggest thing in tech right now, artificial intelligence. So, what happens when these two titans meet?
Well, that's where we get quantum AI, or QAI.
And it's really important to understand this isn't just about making AI run faster. It's a real synergy, a two-way street. Quantum computing can basically give AI superpowers, letting it solve problems we couldn't even dream of before. But at the same time, we can use AI to help us build and manage these incredibly delicate and complex quantum computers. It's this awesome feedback loop where each one makes the other better.
And this partnership is already creating a whole new world of possibilities. You've got quantum machine learning, which is kind of the star of the show right now. It's the area that's furthest along. But it's not just that. We're talking about quantum automated planning, quantum natural language processing, basically using quantum to revolutionize how machines schedule things, understand our language, and even see the world. It's opening up a brand new frontier for what AI can be.
Now, all of this sounds amazing, right? Almost like science fiction, and it is. But we need to take a deep breath and have a little reality check about where things stand right now, today. Because we're not quite living in the world of perfect, all-powerful quantum computers just yet. Right now, we are firmly in what experts call the NISQ era. That stands for Noisy Intermediate Scale Quantum. Let's break that down. Noisy means these early quantum computers are super sensitive. The slightest little thing can throw them off and cause errors. And intermediate scale just means they don't have a ton of qubits yet. They're powerful for sure and amazing for research, but they're not the huge error-corrected machines of the future.
So if these machines are so noisy, how do we actually get anything useful out of them? The answer is a really clever hybrid approach. Think of it like a team. You have the classical computer, our trusty, reliable machine. It does all the setup, prepares the problem, and then analyzes the results at the end. But it hands off the really, really hard part, that crazy exponential search, to the quantum computer. The quantum computer does its thing, gives back an answer, and then the classical computer looks at it and says, okay, based on that, let's try this next. It's this constant loop, this back and forth, that lets us use the best of both worlds.
So even with these early NISQ machines, the promise of quantum AI is just immense. Let's go back to those grand challenges we talked about at the beginning and see how QAI gives us a real, credible shot at finally solving them. And look, this quote really sums up the feeling in the scientific world. Quantum computing has emerged as a disruptive technology. That word, disruptive, that's the key. We're not talking about making things a little bit faster or a little bit better. We're talking about a fundamental revolution in how we approach problems, especially huge ones like drug discovery. And it's not just about medicine. The list of potential breakthroughs is mind-boggling. We're talking about finally cracking protein folding to fight diseases like Alzheimer's, designing brand new materials from scratch for, say, hyper-efficient batteries or solar panels. We could optimize complex financial models, untangle global supply chains, even build way, way smarter self-driving cars. I mean, these are the kinds of world-changing applications that are actually on the table with QASI. So as we're standing here right on the edge of this incredible new revolution, it makes you wonder, doesn't it? If quantum AI can reshape our world by solving problems that we thought were literally impossible, what does that teach us about intelligence itself? I mean, what does it mean to solve something, to learn, or to be intelligent, when a machine can do things that no human mind or even classical computer could ever hope to accomplish? That's the really big question it leaves us with.